Hey everyone, welcome to TSP Weekly. This is your tech startup podcast for Monday, March 9th, 2015. Today we're once again recording at Communitech. Good to be back here on a day where it's finally above zero for a change. It's been a long time, and here we are, Canada, above zero.
Spring is broken.
Yes, good things are happening.
Birds are singing.
Yep.
The sun is a-shining.
Let's make some introductions. My name is Darren Conley. I'm a local tech entrepreneur here in Kitchener-Waterloo. Joining me is my co-host, fellow tech entrepreneur Stephen Campbell. How are you today, Stephen?
I'm really excited about Conestoga College Pitch Day coming up.
Excellent. I feel like we're going to get a pitch for Pitch Day.
Here's the Pitch Day
All right.
pitch. It's March 24th. The college, Cambridge campus at Conestoga College. How's that?
That's a lot of alliteration.
It is. So we're starting at 4 o'clock, goes sort of 4 to 8. So come on down and check it out.
And what day was that again?
This is March 24th. This is a Tuesday.
Right.
So 4 to 8.
And
Tuesday, March 24th.
And as an added bonus, if anybody actually does come to the Pitch Day, we are going to be doing some live recording there. And likely our episode for the week will be focused around Pitch Day. But we're hoping to have a lot of fun. And
one of the dragons is going to be there, Michael Weckerly.
Yes.
He's going to be one of the guest judges, and we're going to have the opportunity to talk to some of the winners. So some of the cool stuff coming out of Conestoga College, we'll let you know. We'll ask them some of our lightning round questions.
Yeah, that's right. We got to continue to collect research about Scrunch or Fold.
It's Scrunch now. I like that. Yeah.
Is that in the lead? Let's introduce our guest. So joining us today is Desmond Choi from SparkGig. I hope I pronounced your name right there, Desmond. Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. How you doing today, Desmond?
Doing great.
Yeah, excellent. I understand you're recently back from New York City.
Yes.
Good stuff.
And boy, are my arms tired.
That's the standard cheesy joke we got to make in every episode. Excellent. We'll check that off. So, Desmond, tell us a bit about what SparkGig is. I briefly looked over your website, and I think I have an idea. But for the rest of the listeners who haven't seen it, what is SparkGig?
Yep. So SparkGig is an online platform. We connect performers with event opportunities. Mm-hmm. And every gig that is booked, we support a charity.
Interesting. So when you say you connect performers with opportunities, who are your main users then? The performers themselves, or the people who want to make the bookings, or both? Or
Yep. So we have a lot of event organizers running their whole house party, weddings, corporate events. They would come to our platform looking for a DJ, jazz band, comedian, magician. They can browse on our website, looking for the right price and category, and they can do payment online as well.
Okay, interesting. So I'm assuming then you have to go out and collect all of these talented people to get them onto your platform, right?
Yeah, you're right.
And how do you do that? Go through the yellow pages and start calling people, or
run auditions for comedians?
Actually, we have tried many different channels. Right now, what's works best for us is actually just cold emailing, because we find all performers they want to make more money. Like they want to have more exposure. So we actually focus on a demand side. Every time we have an opportunity come out, we'll reach out to a new network of performers, letting them know there's an opportunity, and we love to sign up on our platform. We see tremendous response from that.
And could you say like what percentage of the people you reach out to generally decide to come onto your platform as far as the performers go?
Actually, our conversion rate is really impressive from the performer side. We get at least 82% conversion rate from performers.
Now, are you charging the performers money to be listed on your platform?
So it's free to join as a member, but then we do charge a 10% booking fee every time there's an event happened. Yeah.
Okay. So you're kind of taking the place of like an agent, what would typically be like a booking agent for a performer. Your platform and your company is performing that role, it sounds like. Is that correct?
We actually want to put more power and empower performers, because agencies tend to take at least 40 to 60% on each gig.
Okay.
And now with the internet and all the social media, we find that as SparkGig is a tool that performers can actually keep more profit for themselves.
So you're sort of a disruptive technology in the agency space, then, would you say?
Disrupting the agencies? Yeah.
I wouldn't say we want to disrupt the agency, but we actually, most performers, they don't have their own agency, actually. Like for us, we focus on the 90% of the performers who are up and coming, amateurs. Also, we have part-time, semi-professional magicians.
Yeah.
So you're not going to get Aerosmith or Billy Talent to use your platform?
Not yet.
Not yet. Yeah. Maybe later. It sounds too like this is a lot of kind of local curation of talent. And it sounds like that could be a bit of a tedious process. You have to kind of establish your platform in each locality, right? So whereabouts have you been operating? You said you were recently in New York, so I'm assuming you're establishing yourselves there right now.
Yeah. So actually for online marketplace, able to establish city by city, it is the model. We have talked with people from Airbnb, from Yelp, for other similar business model. And the reason why we chose New York is because based on our research, there's a lot of events going on every single day.
Right.
And so far we have seen great tractions in there. Yeah.
How long have you been operating in New York so far?
So we have been there for the last 3 months.
Okay. And where were you before that?
Waterloo.
Here in Waterloo. Okay. And how long had you been operating in Waterloo before spreading out?
So a year ago, I actually won the University of Waterloo Velocity Venture Fund.
Okay.
It was a year ago that it is where we started in Waterloo, and then since then we have been growing within the region in Toronto as well, and then we have decided to expand our market to New York.
That's awesome.
Now, you mentioned having won the venture fund last year for Velocity. Can you tell us a little bit more about how you got started? Where did this idea come from in the first place?
Yeah. So a year ago, I was traveling to New York City, and I have a chance to catch up with my friends from Juilliard Music School, Manhattan Music School, and I saw some of the performance, and they're phenomenal, like really talented performers. But the sad reality is that they couldn't find a job in the same field. They end up working at fast food restaurants, at office space. So that's how I got the initial interest to actually start doing research, because I'm a breakdancer as well, and I play the cello. So I really want to help performers out.
You don't see many breakdancing cellists these days.
You're not hanging out in the right circles there.
Do you ever try doing both at the same time?
I haven't. No, I haven't. But it's a good idea, though.
Interesting.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you'd get on YouTube.
I've seen on YouTube a beatboxing cellist. I don't know if you've seen that guy. But anyway, that's another discussion for another time.
That's a whole new podcast.
Yeah, that's right. So you say you had friends at Juilliard and some of these other places. Did you yourself go to school for the arts in the past?
I didn't, but I did have training for piano and cello. And when I was in high school, I actually went out for dance battle. And right now I'm actually teaching dance as well in New York City.
Wow.
I'm volunteering to teach at a youth camp. Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing. Okay, so you had this idea. What is your professional background? Did you go to school for something specific, software engineering or something else? Yeah.
I went for school. My undergrad was in University of Waterloo. I majored in sociology.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
right. And how did you find yourself now building an online platform? Like, did you have any part in building the actual product? Did you hire another company to do that work for you? Like, how did it come to
You have friends and
into
family do it?
existence? Yeah.
So I actually self-taught myself programming since grade 4 when I was a kid, and I make my own website. Since then, I have a really strong passion for website building.
Yeah.
But with SparkGig, we actually have a team of co-founders, and my technical founder Samuel Yang, he is studying at University of Waterloo for computer science.
Okay. So you can hand it over to him most of the software programming work?
Yeah, he handled the back end development, and right now I'm focusing on the business development things.
Sure.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
So is that it? Just the two co-founders, or what's flesh out the rest of the team for us here?
Yeah. Also, we have Jessica. She's our lead designer, and we have Adrian Wong. He is currently studying in Waterloo as well, accounting, and we also have Marlon. He is a developer from Waterloo. Yeah.
So you have, how many is that altogether? 6?
5.
Oh, 5. Okay. Yeah, it's a good sized team. And is everybody like full time doing this? You said a few people are still in school, right?
Yes. So 3 of us are full time in New York City, and then 2 of them are doing their last term at Waterloo. Okay. So we have a lot of Skype meeting going on, a lot of like Facebook message.
And how have you found that collaboration to be easy or difficult, having people kind of working long distance on some aspects of it?
I think long distance definitely is hard, but then as long as everyone is committed to maintain, the communication and also having clear expectation of the task, we're working so far so good.
Okay.
But what is Waterloo going to mean to you after these the last 2 members of your team graduate? Are they going to matriculate to New York? Are they going to stay here, or how does that play into your future?
Is this going to be based in New York full time?
So apparently we were thinking of based in Waterloo for the long term, and the reason why we're in New York for the short term is just for us to learn a bit of the culture, recruiting local members, because as you know, marketplace, it is city by city, and we think that Waterloo should be our base, and nowadays with internet we can manage almost everything over the web platform.
Okay. And like it sounds like, as you mentioned earlier, like New York does have a lot more happening when it comes to artists looking to use this platform. Like, is there any compelling reason to, I'm not trying to sell you on getting out of Waterloo necessarily, but it seems like there are more things happening in your space outside of this place. Like what is the major draw to want to maintain those close ties with this area then?
Because I think it's the relationship I have with the people here. Like in Waterloo, there's a really good and strong ecosystem to support entrepreneurship. I think New York definitely have improved a lot in the last couple of years. They have more funding and the government is implementing more grants and support. Yeah. But I think Waterloo overall, like I just love this city more. Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. I don't know if you find many people who say they like Waterloo more than New York City, but that's awesome. That's great.
If you're going to run from here and your sort of first big test market is New York, is then Seattle, or are you thinking to go
Los
to Brazil,
Angeles,
or are you going over into Europe at all, or what's the big dream? What's the big...
Yeah, so our short-term goal is to focus on the East Coast first. Yep. So New York, Boston, Miami. But then later on we're going to move into California, LA.
Yeah. Okay. Interesting. How have you found, if I can ask something a little more businessy, how have you found things as far as moving from being a Canadian startup to a startup doing business in the U.S.? I'm assuming did you have to register a U.S. corporation and go through the U.S. legal hoops to be able to do business down there? Like, how did you find that?
Did you have to meet with any ambassadors?
Maybe not.
Ambassador breakfasts?
I think the U.S. government is really supportive with international business over there, and for us, we are really lucky that we plug in with the NYU incubator. Right. Over there, they have a whole team of a legal advisor, a tax advisor, able to help us to sort out those details. Okay. But I think, like as an entrepreneur moving to U.S., it's actually quite easy. Yeah.
Okay. So, and you have the support of an incubator over there, like you said, who is helping you take care of all the red tape necessary to do that. Because I think that would be the part that I would find the most intimidating as, an entrepreneur who might be doing okay up here, stepping into another country and doing business there and dealing with the taxes and dealing with the legalities that you might not be familiar with, and maybe even, insurance issues or different things like this, or employment issues. I would find very intimidating to do that. So, I guess the rule is have a good incubator or a good startup support organization that can help you through that process, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Interesting. Excuse me. So let's say if I'm somebody who wants to book a performer at an event, I say for my kid's birthday party, I want to hire a magician. What would be the process that I would go through to use your platform? I've come to your website. Now what do I do?
Yep. just go to SparkGig.com. On top corner, you can just type magician and the location. Let's say it's Waterloo. You put that in. You can see a whole list of different magicians. You can filter them based on your price or based on the review ranking. Click on that request for a booking. They will ask you for the event detail, and then the performer will confirm with you within the next 12 hours.
And the performer does that through your platform? Like,
yes.
I'll get a message through the platform. Yeah. And you said I can browse, like the prices are all set there. It's not something necessarily that I negotiate with the performer. It's all pre-established?
Yeah, all the prices are pre-established. And definitely there'll be changes depending on the equipment, how far it requires to travel, and also for special requirements for the, depends on how big the show it is.
Okay. Now, what would prevent me, let's hypothetically speaking here, if I went on your website, I did a search, I found a performer that I liked, what would prevent me from kind of circumventing your site and just contacting them directly on my own, in the hopes that maybe I can get a better price than what's listed on the site?
Integrity, Darren, really. It's just a matter of
So many online marketplaces actually face similar issue, like the leakage issue, what prevent the buyers go behind the back booking through it. Surprisingly, we actually have a lot of retention from our clients. What we find is the trust, and also by going for a platform, we handle all the payment and also the legal aspect as well. Because oftentimes, we find performers are not being treated fairly sometimes, and performers prefer being booked for a platform because we guarantee we receive the money up front, and also we ensure the performers show up, and we also have a guarantee program where, let's say the performer is sick last minute, we will have someone to be the backup performer.
Interesting.
That makes sense. So there's a lot more built-in insurances than you really think about it first.
Yeah.
And it's interesting that I've learned a new term, leakage, where you didn't know that either, did you?
No, I've heard it, but with respect
that was neat.
to this,
yeah, that was really cool.
Yeah. So you almost then have the performers advocating for the use of your site. If I was to contact one of them directly, then they would say, "Oh, please go through SparkGig."
Yeah, no, really, it
because
is
that
worth
would
the
covers
10%.
me better. Yeah, interesting. And it's good that you can demonstrate that you're adding that much extra value for the performers.
Totally.
That there won't be any leakage.
So can we do the user story from the other side? Darren is an aspiring clown, and he's looking for a little extra work. How does he? An
aspiring clown. I haven't arrived at clownness.
Clownage yet. Yeah.
I want to establish myself as a clown.
Still, you're not quite at the top of the clown mountain.
Yeah. So can I come on, even if my clowning ability isn't quite at the top of the game, but I still want to, perform in that space?
Yeah, totally. We have performers coming in from beginner level. We also have professional as well. And you let us know, how much you would charge, and also you upload your videos and pictures, audio example. In your case, we will ask you for a few references. So once you complete the sign-up process, your profile will be online. And then our clients, based on their need, they will contact you.
So there is a vetting process that you put the performers through. And then once they're approved, is it sort of like an online banner they have, or are you linking to their site, or how do you put up all the sort of marketing material that Darren the Clown would then want his YouTube videos and his logo and his verbiage of 500 words? And is that what you put up on the site then, and the consumer gets to look through sort of a bunch of different banners or different sort of directory?
Yeah, so it's similar as Airbnb. So there's a lot of listings. So as a user, you sign up on board. Once your profile is public, our users can browse through your profile.
Can the people who are hiring the performers leave comments? And I think you mentioned ratings and stuff as well. But
we require review and also comments after the event.
Best clown ever.
Right. Okay. Interesting. Well, it sounds good. Now, do you feel comfortable telling us how many gigs have been sparked or have been booked through your site?
So since last June, we have launched our private beta. We have over 1,200 performers up to date.
Okay.
They're in Toronto and New York City. In terms of bookings, so last month we have booked over 70 events.
Wow.
So each event is around $700.
Okay.
So we're happy to continue to find more opportunity for performers and slowly to grow other cities as well.
Wow.
That's great.
So you're looking at more than 2 per day as far as bookings right now. Excellent. Yeah, it sounds like.
And I assume it would grow very organically from the performers and from the event, holders, right? That,
Definitely.
Hey, this really worked, and then next time, and you'll have a lot of rebookings, and that'd be great.
Interesting. What can I ask one more question? What's the what type of performer is the most popular on your site? Like, are there more comedians being booked, or magicians, or clowns, or singers, or?
So actually, right now, our number one top is cover band for corporate events and private house parties.
Interesting.
That's where we're seeing the most traction for.
Interesting.
And how are clowns doing? Are they gonna survive on SparkGig? Are we gonna see clowns next year on SparkGig?
Clowns, I would say on our top 10. Yeah, top 10.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not bad. Good to know.
Probably better than comedians.
Probably. You never know. That's cool. Well, listen, I think that's a good time to head into our new revised lightning round of questions. We're throwing a few extra different questions into the mix here, and Steven's going to throw the lightning.
Yeah, we did. I had a brainstorming session, so I've got some quick questions for you.
Brainstorming. Is that a pun for lightning?
Thank you very much.
These are quick questions we throw at you, Desmond.
Short, quick ones, yeah.
Easy.
So I've got 10 of them, and then Darren's going to give you the bonus question.
Yes.
So number one, if you could travel anywhere for one day, where would you be?
Apart from New York City, you've already been there.
Go to Mars, I would like to.
You're going Mars for 24 hours.
Yeah.
Really?
That is interesting.
I heard there's a lot of rocks up there.
Yeah, you get a lot done. A lot of silence and solitude, right?
Yeah. Cool.
Number two, right now, my favorite music to listen to is...
I think Bruno Mars Uptown.
Of course.
Yeah.
I heard an excellent remix of that with Homestar Runner, Strong Bad from Homestar Runner. Do you know what I'm talking about? Homestar Runner, yeah. Check it out on YouTube if you haven't seen it. Strong Bad and Bruno Mars Uptown. It's an awesome remix.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
Question number three, and this seems to be fitting so far. Do aliens exist? Let us know when you get back from Mars, maybe?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You think
You're
so?
going with yes.
Yeah.
You think so?
All right.
It's 1989. You're in Chicago. It's negative 26 degrees with the wind chill. It's the NFC NFL championship game. It's got Jim McMahon and Joe Montana. It's the 49ers versus the Bears. Who are you picking to win that game?
The Bears.
That's an excellent pick. You would lose your money. The 49ers demolished the Bears in that game.
I'm not a sports fan, and I had no idea, actually, myself.
Yes, Jerry Rice had 5 catches for 133 yards and 2 touchdowns. But let's move on. The weirdest thing that I have ever eaten is...
Spider.
Really?
A spider?
Yeah.
On purpose?
Yeah. It's actually a deep fried spider.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Where was this?
It was in China.
Really? Deep fried spider.
And what kind? Did you know what kind of spider it was? Like a poisonous spider, or just a regular old
Tarantula?
I don't think it's poisonous. Like just
like a big one?
like a small one. Like
Oh.
Yeah.
They
Wow.
good?
You can't even taste it. It's just like crunchy.
Yeah, just fried.
All right.
Awesome.
Crazy.
You want to appear on Dragon's Den, or do you want to have a private meeting with Mark Zuckerberg?
Mark Zuckerberg.
You'd rather sit with him for an hour than appear on the
And
Dragon's
why is
Den?
that?
I went on Dragon's Den 2 times already.
Oh, you have been?
Yeah.
Really?
So Mark
that's
Zuckerberg
old
is
hat
much
then.
more cooler. Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Did you go on Dragon's Den for SparkGig or for something else?
For my last company, Mapped In, and also current business, SparkGig.
Oh,
cool.
Wonderful. Was it broadcast? Like, did you get on TV?
Yes, it was broadcast last week.
Both of them?
Yes, Mapped In was a year ago, and SparkGig was a week ago.
That came up in our exhaustive research, actually.
Yeah.
We knew that.
Sure, of course we did. We always do exhaustive
And
research.
Mapped In is hosting the Hacker Nest this evening, I believe.
Yeah.
So, Hacker Nest event, we big fans of.
Yeah.
Number 7, we're going to get a little harder with these questions now. What is your biggest obstacle to success moving forward?
And just make sure I'm growing every day and learning and challenging myself, because I think as an entrepreneur, you face different challenge every day. You face different, you need to hit different milestones. And I think the most important thing is to keep investing in myself to make sure I'm getting better as a founder of the company.
Keep growing.
Makes
Awesome.
sense. Yep.
If you could go back 1 year and change something, what would you change? You can't go back 5 years. There's only 1 year.
Definitely write a letter to all the airplane companies to make sure their planes are good. Because last year there's a lot of plane disaster and crashes. Yeah.
Oh,
That's
interesting.
true. Yeah.
Interesting. So it wouldn't have anything to do with your personal business. It would have been more of a worldwide philanthropy warning.
I think definitely like life is much more important than making more money.
Yeah. Oh, that's really neat.
Excellent perspective.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah. Number 9, my ideal customer is?
Someone that love music, entertainment, and will love to share with their friends.
Excellent.
And number 10.
And hopefully someone who keeps coming back, right?
Definitely.
Number 10, before your bonus question, my unfair advantage is?
I would say the performers we have on our platform, because we do have a Spark Exchange initiative where performers are dedicated to donate 10% of the revenue to a charity. And on our platform, each performers who sign on board, they're really passionate about this cause, and each of them have a story to tell as well. So this is how we differentiate ourselves with other competitors.
That's wonderful.
Awesome.
We should have talked more about that because you did mention it earlier, and I forgot to ask any questions about that. Can I just ask now, before we get to
the bonus question?
Before the bonus question, what? So if they're giving 10% of their income to a charity,
Yes.
Do you choose what charity that is, or do the performers choose, or how does that work?
So our company, we have pre-vetted some charities. We have Salvation Army. We also have Charity Water, and the performers can select a cause they're passionate about. So educational, clean water access, and depending on the size, the dollar amount of the gift, they can select a project. So let's say providing education to support a kid for a week, or providing clean water access for a school. Yeah.
Wow, that's really cool. You don't hear a lot of startups that are actually dedicating themselves to making the world better as well as making an income as well. So,
well, running a startup is already really time consuming. So let's do something that worth our time doing.
Yeah,
that's great.
Absolutely. And
how about a bonus question?
That's a perfect segue into our bonus question. So, toilet paper, fold or scrunch?
Fold.
Fold. Excellent.
We've got a lot of folders in
I would have pegged them as a folder, actually.
Oh, absolutely.
Excellent. Well, before we completely wrap things up here, Desmond, where can we find SparkGig online? Do you have a Twitter feed, a Facebook page, a website? Where do we find you guys?
You can find us on our website. It's www.sparkgig.com.
Okay.
And or you can find us on Twitter or Instagram, hashtag at SparkGig.
At SparkGig? Okay, excellent. So we'll put some links up to those places when we post the podcast so our listeners can find them easily. That's great. Cool. Well, I guess that's a good place to wrap up here, guys. So let's say some quick thank yous. First of all, thank you very much to Desmond Choi from SparkGig for joining us today. Excellent. Thank you to Communitech for letting us record in their wonderful space here once again.
Thank you to Conestoga College for letting us interview all the winners of Pitch Day that's coming up on Tuesday, March 24th.
Yeah, we actually have a meeting right after this podcast to discuss the logistics of that.
Yep, looking forward to
lots of fun. And we want to throw a thank you out to you, the listener, for joining us on another episode of TSP Weekly. Please feel free to send us your comments, your questions, your criticisms, your feedback. Our email address is feedback@tspweekly.com. Or you can leave a comment on our website. Just drop in and tell us what you think. So from myself, Darren Conley, my co-host Stephen Campbell, and our guest, Desmond Choi from SparkGig, thank you very much for joining us today, and we'll see you all next week.